Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are, and welcome back for another episode of A Trip Down Memory Lane. I'm having so much fun reliving different parts of my life as we go through these different towns in and around Southeast London. Today, we're taking a look at Crystal Palace, a place that has been practically interwoven into my history, whether it be for family barbecues in the park, birthday celebrations in the park, whether it be for the fun fair that comes to the park, or just to chill out in the park. I actually used to live in Crystal Palace, and we'll touch on that later on in the episode. But in the meantime, let me introduce Crystal Palace with all of its charm, all of its history, and some pretty iconic views. Take a look.
It's time to go on a journey, the world's my show. With a map and a smile on my way, new adventures every day. Traveling far, under the stars, across the seas, where dreams are free.
Yep, that's right. Dinosaurs in Southeast London. Crystal Palace is one of those areas that knows how to keep things interesting, whether it be from these quirky Victorian-esque sculptures to its fascinating history. And let's not forget that fabulous palace, but we'll get to that soon enough. But first, let's talk demographics. Now, Crystal Palace is home to about 27,000-ish residents, of which most of them are in the 30s to 40 age year bracket. Now, don't get it wrong, there are plenty of families to go around and a good mix of younger and older folk as well. It's a diverse, welcoming community with a slightly quirky edge. Basically, it's the kind of place where you can strike up a conversation with an artist, a tech worker, and a lifelong resident, all in the same cafe. Speaking of cafes, Crystal Palace has no shortage of spots to grab a coffee or something stronger. If you're a fan of craft beer, you've got to check out Westow House, a local favourite with a fantastic selection on tap and some truly delicious pub grub. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more, shall we say, European, pop into Four Boroughs for a taste of their artisan coffee and pastries. Now let's talk schools, because Crystal Palace is a great place for families. For primary schools, Rockmont Primary School is highly rated, as is Paxton Primary School. And when it comes time for secondary, you've got Harris City Academy, an outstanding option and really popular with local parents. If you're commuting into central London, then you're in luck. Crystal Palace Station is super well connected. You can hop on a train and be in London Bridge in about 25 minutes, or 30 if you're going to Victoria. Plus there's the overground that zips you all the way over to Shoreditch if you're feeling trendy. Basically, it's like having the best of both worlds. Quiet suburban living with the city just a short ride away. And now for a bit of local history. The area gets its name from the Crystal Palace. Originally built in Hyde Park for the exhibition of 1851, it was moved here in 1854 and became a major London landmark until it tragically burned down in 1936. But even without the palace itself, the area has kept its grandeur and its mysteries. Okay, so let's talk property. One of the great things about Crystal Palace is that you get those beautiful, iconic London views without the iconic London price tag. Well, not as sky high as some areas anyway. If you're looking for a one-bedroom apartment over here, it'll cost on average about £350,000. If you're looking for something a little bit larger and going by way of three-bedroom house, you can expect it to fall in and around sort of at the £700,000 to £725,000 mark. Remember, it is London. Don't let all of this greenery fool you. But taking all things into consideration, the parks, the vibe, the schools, the area, the culture, the community, it's still a pretty sweet deal. It's absolutely crazy to be back here. I used to live in that top flat up there over 20 years ago. So there you have it, Crystal Palace, a place that's got charm, history, and a real sense of community. Whether you're here for the quirky shops, the iconic London views, or all of this lush greenery, it's definitely a place that's worth checking out. That brings us to the end of this episode. So if you've got any queries with regards or questions regards to anything showcased in this video, then please don't hesitate to give me a call, drop me a DM, drop me a message, and I'll get right back to you. Equally so, if you've got a property that you're looking to sell in Crystal Palace, then holler at your boy. Give me a shout, give me a DM, give me a call. We'll get that property listed and we'll get the job done for you. In the meantime, you guys stay strong, stay focused. I'll see you in the forwards.